the most frequent questions I get asked at work is, do you have any good games for two? Similarly, the internet gaming forums are littered with people asking, what game is my wife, partner, significant other going to like? I'm Steve Tassi, the board game guy, and I'm here to tell you that the answer to both those questions is often the same. The second question is most often asked by guys looking to get their wives or girlfriends into board gamings, as if there is one perfect game out there that all women will enjoy. Like, all you have to do is find the game in the pink box that's about kittens and jewelry and makeup. Women are not monolith, and there is no reason for them to stick to stereotypically female things any more than guys should stick to stereotypically male things like guns, cars, and football. The truth is, there are lots of people from across the gender spectrum who enjoy games, and they have partners of all genders who don't. And the reasons for them not enjoying games are just as numerous as the people. So there is no magic bullet game that is going to get your partner and turn them into an avid gamer. A two-player game, whether it is a head-to-head competition or a cooperative experience, tells your partner that you want to spend time with them. You aren't dragging them off to a game night where you're going to be having fun with your friends while they sit there and are adjacent to the fun. They're not an afterthought if it is a two-player game, just you and just them. It's the two of you spending quality time together. The game cafe where I work is renowned as being a date destination, so we need a lot of good two-player games. Some of my favorites to recommend to couples who are new to gaming are Jaipur, Quarto, Patchwork, Onitama, The Duke, Yinsh, and Cahoots. Jaipur is a game of merchants trading in exotic goods like rubies, spices, and silks, and the player who makes the most profit wins. Quarto is tic-tac-toe on steroids. Complete a line of 4 pieces where all 4 share one characteristic in common, and you win the game. The catch is your opponent picks the piece that you're going to play, and vice versa. Patchwork is a game about the cutthroat world of competitive quilting. Players try to earn the most buttons by filling their quilt board with as many oddly shaped fabric pieces as they can. This game is as tight and mean as a knife fight in a phone booth. Yinsh is Connect 4 meets Othello. Be the first to score 3 points by making lines of 5 of your pieces in a row. You do this by placing, moving, and flipping stones on the board. The Duke and Onitama are both modern descendants of chess. Capture your opponent's leader by cleverly moving your pieces around a grid. In the Duke, your pieces are tiles drawn randomly from a bag, and their movement options are printed directly on them. In Onitama, your pieces move based on movement cards that are dealt out at the start of the game, and every time you play, you use a different set of cards, so the game will be different every single time. Cahoots is like cooperative Uno, with players playing matching numbers or colored cards from their hand onto the discard piles in order to meet the objective cards that are in play. If, as a group, you can meet all of the objectives before you run out of cards, you win Cahoots. I also have a number of head-to-head games in my private collection at home. Many of them are light, like the ones at the cafe, but some of them are more complex for more seasoned gamers, like myself and my friends. Some of my favorites are Memoir 44, Star Wars Rebellion, Star Wars Risk, Raptor, and Kahuna. Star Wars Rebellion is one of my all-time favorite games, but it is not for the faint of heart. With a price tag of $100 or more and an average playtime of 3 to 4 hours, Rebellion is an investment, but a worthy one, especially for fans of the movie franchise. The rebels are trying to stay hidden and build up enough galactic support to take down the Empire. Meanwhile, the Imperial player spreads their Star Destroyers and Stormtroopers from system to system, trying to locate and destroy the rebel base. For a lighter, faster take on the Star Wars mythology, try Risk Star Wars Edition, a game that lets players reenact the thrilling climax of Return of the Jedi, that is, the Battle of Endor. If you aren't a fan of Risk, don't let the name put you off. other than six-sided dice and an assortment of plastic figures, Star Wars Risk has nothing in common with Risk. If you like your gaming more historical in nature, Memoir 44 allows players to reenact historical battles from World War II. Which side will earn the required number of medals to win the scenario? Well, that's up to you to find out. Memoir 44, a game where punching Nazis is always a good idea. Raptor is an asymmetrical game, meaning the opposing side have different powers and different end goals. One side is a group of scientists who have come to the island to try and capture baby dinosaurs for science. The other side is the mama raptor who is trying to get her babies to safety or eat a whole bunch of scientists. Kahuna is a game about controlling an archipelago of tropical islands. Players play cards to build bridges linking islands together, and once you control the majority of the bridges leading to any given island, you control that island. These are just a fraction of the two-player games that are out there on the market, and I haven't even touched on games that are good for two, but also work well with more players. Games like Carcassonne, Azul, On Tour, Manara, and so on and so on. There are many of them. So whether you're on a date with somebody new at your local board game cafe, or you're in quarantine with your roommate or life partner, these games are great ways to while away a few hours. I'm Steve Tassi, the board game guy, wishing you happy gaming. If you've got a favorite two-player game, why not drop it in the comments below.